Commander Zexthul studied the holographic display with satisfaction. The invasion fleet hung in perfect formation around the blue-green planet, their stealth fields rendering them invisible to the primitive electromagnetic sensors below. Every calculation had been flawless. Every simulation had predicted total victory within 72 standard cycles. The Velk Dominion had conquered 47 worlds in the past 3 centuries. This would be number 48. All forces are in position, Commander, his tactical officer reported, her voice carrying the calm efficiency that came from inevitable victory. The electromagnetic pulse will disable all their technology simultaneously. Ground forces will deploy immediately after. Zexthul's mandibles clicked in approval. The species below, they called themselves humans, had barely achieved rudimentary spaceflight. They possessed no energy shields, no plasma weapons, no faster-than-light capability. According to the reconnaissance drones, they still used chemical propulsion and kinetic weapons. It would be like conquering children. "Initiate the pulse," he commanded. The effect was instantaneous and devastating. Across the planet's surface, lights flickered and died. Vehicles stopped mid-journey. Communication networks collapsed into silence. The humans were blind, deaf, and helpless. "Deploy all forces," Zexthul ordered. 10,000 drop pods screamed through the atmosphere, carrying the finest warriors of the Velk Dominion. They landed in major population centers across the planet, places with names like New York, Beijing, Mumbai, São Paulo. The plan was elegant in its simplicity: secure the urban centers, capture the leadership, and the rest would surrender within days. The first reports came back within minutes, and they were exactly as predicted. Confused humans stumbling in the darkness, their technology useless, their defenses in shambles. Victory was assured. Then the reports began to change. "Commander, Strike Team 7 is reporting difficulties," the tactical officer said, her voice uncertain for the first time. "What kind of difficulties?" Zexthul demanded. "They're encountering resistance. Organized resistance. The humans are using—" She paused, checking her readouts. "Primitive kinetic weapons, handheld devices that propel metal projectiles using chemical explosions." Zexthul's scales rippled with amusement. "Primitive firearms? Our armor can withstand plasma bolts. Tell Strike Team 7 to stop wasting time and complete their objectives." But Strike Team 7 never reported again. Neither did Teams 3, 11, 18, or 24. "What is happening down there?" Zexthul roared, his composure cracking. The tactical officer's hands trembled over her console. "Commander, the humans are adapting. Without their technology, they've reverted to manual operation of their vehicles. They're using fossil fuel-powered machines, mechanical weapons, and Commander," her voice dropped to a whisper, "they're winning. Impossible. We have superior technology, superior tactics. Sir, you need to see this." The holographic display shifted to show footage from a combat drone. A Velk warrior, 7 feet tall and armored in the finest composite materials the Dominion could produce, faced a human male barely 6 feet in height. The human held a length of metal pipe. The human swung the pipe with such force that it dented the Velk's helmet. The warrior stumbled. The human swung again and again. The Velk warrior, trained for decades in 16 different combat forms, died in a dirty human alley to a primate with a piece of scrap metal. More reports flooded in. In Chicago, humans had somehow reactivated ancient diesel generators and were coordinating attacks using hand-cranked radios. In Tokyo, civilians were manufacturing weapons in workshops, turning kitchen knives and garden tools into implements of war. In Nairobi, humans were using their knowledge of the local terrain to ambush Velk patrols with devastating efficiency. "How are they doing this?" Zexthul whispered. "We destroyed their technology. We crippled their infrastructure. They should be helpless," a junior analyst spoke up, his voice shaking. "Commander, I've been reviewing the preliminary survey data. I think we made a mistake." "What mistake?" "This planet, Earth. It's classified as a Class 12 death world. Gravity is 1.3 times galactic standard. Atmospheric oxygen content is dangerously high. It makes everything more flammable, more energetic. The native bacteria and viruses are incredibly aggressive. The weather patterns are violently unstable. And the dominant species, the humans," Zexthul breathed. "They didn't just survive here, Commander. They evolved here. Every single day of their existence is a battle against their own planet. Their bodies are built to endure what would kill most galactic species. When we took away their technology, we didn't make them helpless. We made them desperate. And desperate humans are... An explosion rocked the command ship. Alarms blared throughout the bridge. How did they... We're in orbit, Zexthul screamed. Commander, multiple human aircraft approaching. They appear to be using mechanical control systems. No electronics at all. They're piloted by kamikaze pilots ramming our ships with explosive payloads. Zexthul watched in horror as centuries-old military jets, retrofitted and stripped of all electronic systems, crashed into his fleet like missiles of sheer determination. The humans had reached into their museums, their junkyards, their histories, and pulled out weapons that didn't need computers or satellites or anything the Velk had thought to disable. All forces retreat to the ships, Zexthul ordered. Emergency jump to hyperspace now. Commander, we're receiving a transmission from the surface. Audio-only mechanical radio frequency. Play it. The voice that emerged was gravelly, exhausted, but utterly unbroken. This is General Sarah Chen of the United Earth Defense Force. You picked the wrong planet to invade. We've been fighting this world since before we could walk upright. We've survived ice ages, plagues, predators, and each other. You think taking away our computers would stop us? We'll fight you with our bare hands if we have to, and we'll win. Because that's what humans do. We survive. Half of Zexthul's invasion force died in the retreat. The other half would spend their lives waking up screaming, remembering the Deathworld where the prey refused to act like prey. The Velk Dominion never approached Earth again. In fact, they did the galaxy a favor by adding it to every star chart with a simple warning. Class 12 Deathworld. Inhabited by humans. Do not engage under any circumstances. The invasion plan had worked perfectly, right up until they learned what humans were really capable of.